Hey, what's going on? I'm Craig Stewart. Handle is Comic Craig on Instagram.
I'm so bad at social media, but my name is Joe Glass. It's Joe Go Toy, but like underscore all but in between.
My name's Josh Hudson, and I don't have an Instagram. I have a business one, but I don't have a personal one anymore. J Huddy Comedy. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Sounds good. All right.
Okay, follow up.
All right. Sounds good.
So, J Huddy Comedy.
Yeah.
I'm Levi Manis. The handles are the same. Levi Manis. I'm not good at this.
My name is Richard Snyder, and right now my handle is RichSnyder11, but there is a website of me, RichSnyderComedy.com, RichSnyderComedy.com.
All right, Reece Green. That's rude. I'm going to drive by. I don't know. This is like is this a condenser mic? What is? I don't know how it works. But my name is Reece Green. My Instagram is @REECE_GREEN. Anyway, Reece Green so it's at Reece.Green, REECE_GREEN on Instagram. Twitter is Reece J Green. I just tweet dumb shit. A lot of baseball stuff, so you know the deal.
My name is Joe Ekstrum, and my handle is Joe Ekstrum11. I'm not really sure what to do with my hands.
What's up, everyone? My name is Jeremy McDonald. My handle is Jeremy Rons on the gram, and Jeremy McDonald Comedy on YouTube.
My name is Neno Videnovic, and my handle is @Neno Videnovic.
AJ Ramirez. My handle is Capitan Ram, RAM as in Mike.
I've been doing comedy for like 5.5 years now, so
Just about a year.
I'm a comedy baby. I may not look like it, but yeah, 63 years old on the planet Earth, but only a year in on comedy.
What's today's date? 10 years this week. That's pretty sad, right? Yeah, you had a moment of like, oh shit. Oh yeah, thanks. Oh yeah, that's a good point, I guess. You think I'm funny? I've been doing comedy since 2016, which I feel like it's something I should be proud of, but I've kind of like plateaued at like $25 to $50 bar bookings. So I used to like to tell people how long I've been doing comedy for. Right. Yeah, after year 5, I stopped liking telling people how long I've been doing comedy for. But yeah, about a third of my life.
Since October, so about 5 months.
Nate Jackson told me to say a few years because I started right before COVID doing open mics, and after like 2021, once things started opening up, I kind of was like, all right, I gotta take this serious, you know. So a few years, like 4 years. Yeah.
Like 3 months or so.
I started last summer, but I had done it 15 years ago and was really bad at it back then. So, you know, it takes a little time.
I've done one open mic, so this would be my second week.
I had a good gig at a place that was just felt very glorious and very connected to the audience. And I know my goal is people are laughing so hard they like can't breathe, you know, they're like losing their continence, you know, that's what I'm really all about. And it doesn't happen every time, obviously, but that was a wonderful, magical evening.
It was like a month ago at a comedy bar just down the street, comedy/bar.
Comedy, I think, was actually probably here. I was on the All-Star Showcase. Got to do like 20 minutes, and it was awesome, dude. The crowd was great. It was amazing. I felt good. I had a boner the whole time. It was really good. Yeah. It's pretty nice.
Best night in comedy has always been here at Club Comedy in Capitol Hill. It's one of the best spots in Seattle right now, honestly.
Well, if I just keep it to these last couple months, I would say my best night is anytime I get more time, because when you're starting out, time is a hot commodity. So anytime you can get more time on stage, that's a good night in comedy.
It's hard to pick one, but one that stands out is like I did comedy naked once, so that was pretty fun. Yeah, well, it was kind of the theme of the show. Like I didn't do it without consent to the audience, but like it was in Portland, and like you just kind of stripped down to like what you felt comfortable with, you know. And like you had to pick 3 songs to just like play during your set. And during my last set, like I felt comfortable like just taking my fucking underwear off, you know, and
It was fun. Because like doing stand-up is vulnerable enough, and then like I closed with a joke being like, I want to share something personal with you guys, but then my dick's hanging out, so then it's like, how could it get more personal than that, you know?
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Were you just like relaxed? Was you scared? Was it performance?
I think I was relaxed, so like I wasn't. I wasn't like hiding from anybody, but I wasn't trying to get anybody's attention either.
Here we go.
You know,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
It was chill.
It was chill. My dick vibes. It reads the room. It reads the room, and it's like, okay, nice to meet you all. With my dick, yeah, it was great.
My first night when I just was on stage and I just did it the first night. Yeah.
Best night in comedy of the week. I'm gonna go with Friday. Friday's good.
I don't know. I feel like it has to be. It was a long time ago. It was like a 7-minute guest spot at the Comedy Underground, a now defunct club in downtown Seattle. I was doing a guest spot for this comedian Rick Kunkler, and it was sold out Saturday show, and I just remember it going very well. But I don't really have like a compelling point or like any specific story about it. I just remember it going very well.
So it's not a show, but I did this. I've gone to Bozeman, Montana a few times, and I did this festival because I really like the city. I went out like maybe about a year ago, and I featured for my very good friend, very funny comedian, Andrew Frank. He did a weekend there, and we drove out there together through the Pacific Northwest, and I loved it so much. I had a good time. It was like kind of the first like start of me featuring, so doing like 20 to 25 minutes in front of a headliner, and I loved it so much. I loved the staff. They had a good time, and they did their first ever festival, so I went back out there for it, and the best night in comedy I've ever had was the end of the festival. It was sponsored by Montucky Beer, Montucky Cold Snack for those who are unfamiliar, and at the end of the festival it's just all these comedians kind of like, just like, it was this magnetic energy. We all kind of like led to the green room after. It was like an after party of the whole festival. And as the night went on, it just like all the comedians kind of like tagged together and kind of attached to each other. And no matter what level of comedy you're in, people always like to play games and think that they're better than one another and not quite there. And it's like, it doesn't matter as long as you're having a good time. And it was the last like maybe 12 or 13 of us. And in Bozeman, Montana, when school was in session, we hung out and like smoked cigarettes, drank all of Montucky until we were completely out of it as a sponsor, and we were on the streets until about 4 a.m. laughing for maybe 5 straight hours, and it was like this weird euphoric moment where I was like, this is the best time I've ever had in comedy. Like, this is what it's about. And it's not a show. We did plenty of shows. I've done plenty of great shows. I've had a great time. But that was the number one experience I've had in comedy so far. It was unbelievable. Yeah. So shout out to, if they see it, they see it. But yeah. There's a lot of people, so.
Honestly, probably the first day that like I tried stand-up comedy, because I was like, I can do this, like it's easy, and then I forgot all of my jokes, and I was just out there, and I ended up just like screaming at the audience, like, ah! And then I just left, and I was like, oh my god, I'm a humongous loser. I hate myself. But then like I still hate myself, but like I keep doing it. So yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I've had like a worse night, because honestly, I mean, just get your reps in. So just getting up there, even if it doesn't feel like a good night, it was a night you did. Doing some limbo with the wire here.
Oh, that'd be the last time I performed here at Club Comedy. It was bad. I don't know. Nobody laughed. It was bad.
The first time I ever did stand-up comedy, so I used to play baseball, and I had this like gravitation towards stand-up. I was like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do eventually. But when I do something, I want to give it everything I have. And so once I was done with college baseball, I went to the Charlotte Comedy Zone, because I went to Winthrop University outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. I went to the Charlotte Comedy Zone for an open mic, and it was 3 minutes. And I was so nervous, and I prepared so much, and I did 1.5 minutes, and I bombed harder than I've ever bombed in my life. My first thing I ever did on a comedy stage was a spit take. I held water in my mouth, and I walked up, and I didn't say anything, and then as I went to say the first thing, all the water came out. Nobody laughed. And that jarred me, because I was like, someone's gonna laugh at this. And then a table of black women in the front row. One of them looked at me. And she said, Oh no, he just threw up on the stage. And it wasn't the worst night of comedy, but I feel like this is the place to tell that story. I've had some pretty bad sets, but like that one hit me in a way where it was ethereal. It was like a weird universal feeling.
I think that was last night, actually. I was doing an open mic, and I was very into doing all new jokes, and because I just wanted to get audience reaction, and they sucked. Not the audience, my jokes sucked. And I lost my confidence, and I just kind of slinked off, and I hated myself, and I couldn't sleep at night. This is a weird industry where when you're rejected by the audience, and it's not, I'm 63 years old, I should know better, but I take it very personally.
Also, the first night, to reference, I did black out a little bit, I think, but I stayed alive, so.
Oh yeah, that's a better story. Worst night in comedy, that was in Medford, Oregon, at a sports bar that was attached to a hotel, and it was the first ever booking I got that included a free hotel room. I think I was like maybe 23 at the time, and solely from getting the free hotel room, that made me feel like a legitimate road comic or working comic. And I remember, this sticks out as my worst bombing because every bombing prior to this, it was some mediocre dive bar show where none of the comedians did very well, that, didn't charge a cover. People were there to drink and hang out and not watch a comedy show. But this particular show was a very good show, and it was just my shit set in the middle of like 4 other comedians doing very well. So it was like I watched the host kill, I watched another comedian kill, I went up, ate dog shit, and then I watched the headliner kill. And I remember I was sad and blackout drunk. I mean, I guess I wasn't that blackout if I remembered. But I remember I was in the elevator going back to my hotel room after bombing, and somebody was in the elevator who had watched me bomb, or somebody who was at the show. And the elevator ride was silent from floor 1 up to floor 4. And then as he gets off, because he got off before me, he said, "Well, now you know what doesn't work." And then he got off the elevator. And I was just inches away from suicide that night. But I'm still here, still doing comedy. So, yeah, it was fun.
Worst night has just been, one time I got booed. It was actually kind of funny, just hearing like a boo from the shadows. I liked it, but it was awful. It didn't make me feel great.
Every other night. Just anytime I forget what I'm supposed to be saying, this is a bad night.
Oh man, that's a hard one too. There's been so many. I don't know, there was this one where like, it was like in the back of like a bikini barista shop, and they had like termites. And I didn't know, like, when termites grew long enough, they just became like flying animals. So this room was infested with termites, and I had to like close out the show while feeling like I was in Jumanji. It was insane. And I drove like an hour to do this show to get attacked by infested fucking termites. But we still have fun.
I just want to have fun. I don't really know. I just have fun. Make some people laugh or not. I don't know. As long as I enjoy it, really. If I laugh at the joke, that's all I really need.
Just get more fluid, get more comfortable on stage, get in there. Have a solid 20-minute set.
Be myself. I don't know. Do this kind of stuff. The way that I've been in this interview, whenever I do that on stage, it goes very well, and it's a good time for me. And, jokes are jokes, but audiences are smart enough to resonate when they're seeing someone special or, doing their own thing. And, I like to connect with people and have a good time. So, kind of let loose a little bit. So those are my goals for the rest of the year.
The goals are to have a tight 20-minute set. Yeah.
Comedy Goals 2024. By the way, I'm actually in between jobs right now, so this interview process is very familiar to me right now. So many questions. But the goals for this year is just, I guess, kind of picking up on my last answer. It's just more time on stage, just trying to get as many reps in as you can.
I like to go to some more festivals this year, travel around cities I haven't been yet. I'd like to go to Austin. You're just popping off there. Denver. Yeah, New York. I'm a big fan of New York.
Nashville.
I want to go to Nashville as well. That'd be fun. So yeah, just like travel around more and just, do my bullshit. I would like to do more shows on the road if I can. So I would say that will be my goal for sure.
I feel like it's just keep doing it. I feel like I just stress myself out if I have like very specific goals of like, oh, I need to be this level of a feature by this time. And I think, like, I don't know, if you keep, my theory now is like, if you keep getting up, the people who like you are going to book you, and there's other people who you're just never going to fit into their booking criteria. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you're bad at comedy, but you know, every booker has a bias. You shouldn't be hung up and like salty about the people who don't book you, and just keep getting up, and the people who like you will find you.
Just keep going, honestly. I'm new to this, so I think just like the consistency of coming out, you know, multiple times a week and really working on it.
Mostly I want to be booked on the showcase circuit here at the booked clubs, and I would love to be featuring on some of the headliner nights, but that's kind of ambitious, I think. That's pretty much it. I mean, I know where I'm at in this hierarchy of comedians. You know, I'm rising above the open mics into the showcase thing, but the feature is the next step. That might take a year to get there. I don't know.
Oh, this is fantastic because I wish I could time travel 15 years ago and tell that guy some good advice. One is to write punchlines. That is my first bit of advice, because back then I was just all set up, no punchline, all concepts, no jokes. So big advice, write the jokes. Yeah.
Just, you know, have fun with your life. Don't try to be someone you're not. You know, just be yourself to the fullest, and never uncommit on a bit.
Oh, quit jacking off so goddamn much, man. Oh, okay. Piece of advice I would give my former self is just to write more jokes. Yeah, for sure.
God, I think I'm doing as best I can. Chill the F out. Sorry, I didn't want to. Chill the fuck out. I'm giving that advice to me right now. It's like, don't take it personally. It's like you just can't get enough of that lesson, because it's very vulnerable, very exposed, and you put your heart into it, and then it's like something odd happens that night, like right now, and then you know, and the magic is gone. Anyways.
Yeah, just try to relax, have fun. It feels serious when you're up there, but it's not that serious. And you know, if you bomb, and just move on.
Man, I wouldn't have listened if there was. I would be like, time travel is real. That's the thing.
Nobody ever mentions that. I'm like,
yeah, I would have been like, man, what the? You're not me. This is yeah, you're wearing those pants. Is that cool at the time? Corduroys? All right, those are a little baggy. To give myself a piece of advice for when I started, man, just fuck it. I know that sounds so cliche, but like, I don't know. It's not that important, man. Like, it's fine. Just be yourself. You know, that's it. It's very cliche and simple, but you know the deal.
I'd probably say like drink less, because you're gonna start drinking more once you start doing comedy. Yeah, I would say like just drink less and eat less, or like try to eat before you get to the comedy venue, because by 2024 you're gonna weigh as much as your father. And I think, what was my weight? I think I was like a young, tight 160 when I started doing comedy at age 20, and now I'm like 215. So yeah, the advice has nothing to do with like material or performing stand-up. The advice is just stop eating and drinking so much, you fat fuck. Yeah.
It's never as scary as you make it out to be. You make always in your life, not just with comedy, but everything's more scary in your mind until you actually do it. So that's how it always is.
Start earlier, dude. I'm 35. Like, it'd be nice to start earlier, but here I am.
Just don't do it. Stay in college, doing things you didn't know you wanted to do. But if I was being honest, like if I was like, I don't know, I would say start doing this sooner. When I was in college, do improv or theater, like I wanted to, but I didn't. And also just stop caring so much. I gave a shit so much when I was younger, and for what? It was for nothing. So like, don't give a shit. I love how I'm holding this fucking microphone like a teapot. Yeah, just like my pinky's out. So, fuck yeah, that's how I eat ass, pinky out. But yeah, you gotta spread them. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I don't get a hot meal very often, so when I do, I need to make the most of it. Is this what you wanted?
I want to promote my website right now, which is Rich Snyder Comedy. TueadayChuckleBucket.com. You're gonna find like my upcoming gig videos, and I do these incredibly short, hilarious videos on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram of me. It's all physical comedy. It's not scripted. Me doing like my last one, I was imitating a hot gun guy doing all this TikTok transitions where he like goes down and up, and my version, I hit my head on the counter and I like fall backwards against the wall and I collapse into a heap, and very funny stuff. It's all physical comedy. Jerry Lewis, which I'm a huge fan of that stuff. So check me out.
I do have something to promote. On May 8th, I have a lot of stage time at the Rendezvous Kitchen Sink Comedy. So there you go. You can see me there, and I'm featuring there.
I'll be here on March 28th. I'm also at Laughs on March 20th, and then I'm doing a show for AIDS, I think, but I don't know when that's going to be. But yeah, hopefully they don't transfer it, like into me. But yeah, I meant AIDS is what I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a show at the Penalty Box in Tacoma, Washington, March 16th, Saturday. Besides that, I'm going to Coos Bay the following Wednesday on March 20th, Coos Bay, Oregon. Just doing some host spot for $50. That's an 8-hour drive away, but it'll be fun.
I'm doing a comedy bar this Friday on the 15th, and then I'll be here at Club Comedy again on St. Patrick's Day the 17th, and then I'll be doing a dope show somewhere on 420, I'm assuming. That's a big assumption. By the way, when people get stoned, I'll be there.
I save marriages for a living, so I'm a licensed therapist. So if you guys want to go to Marriage Mastery, if your marriage is falling apart, this is an interesting way to find me. But if you go to Marriage Mastery, your marriage is falling apart as a guy, I can save it.
My Instagram, Twitter, give me a follow, man. I don't know. I'm all over the place. If you want to hit me up, Instagram's the way to go. Baseball isn't boring. I do a baseball podcast. You can follow that anywhere you want. It's all over the place. But yeah, I don't know. Reece Green on Instagram. Hey, have a good night, everybody. You guys want to say how you felt about the open mic? Come on in here. Yeah, get in here. I'm being a great host, by the way. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
We thought it was great.
Nice.
There was a lot of interesting content sometimes.
If anyone ever goes to a comedy show and they say it was interesting, that means they're like, we don't really want to be mean, but we had an okay time.
It's our first time, but we had a great time. Yeah, we had a great time, and I think the variety helped a lot. Yes. Yeah, the variety was fun. I like getting to see a bunch of different things.
Have you ever been to a weekend comedy show, like a real comedy show? Okay, that doesn't count. London doesn't count. All right.
First one in America.
Nice. All right. Are you guys from London? You don't sound like it. I can understand what you're saying. Okay. Nice. All right. Yeah. Have a good one, guys. Yeah. I'm killing it right now. You wanna say something on camera? Yeah. This is your chance to crowd work me right now. You can. Take the hat off. No, I'm just kidding. He was sitting in the front row. I don't know who. It's not live, by the way.
It's all good. No, it was a great show. A lot of fun comics, and definitely coming back. It was fun.
Nice. He's not coming back. The mic's not on. All right.